Hello YouTube family, Greg D here back with another DCUO video, and today I thought since we have our alternate character playing the new DLC stuff, we would make a loadout video for those of you who want to be a fire might DPS, kind of show you what I'm using currently. I will say that this is more of like a beginner type loadout. It's very easy, real easy way to get fast damage, so I know I'll probably get some hate and I'll get some comments to say, oh, use this instead of that. And that's fine. It's fine, perfectly fine. But just showing you what I'm using currently. Also, I will preface that this is an alternate character again, so I don't have like my artifacts high at all. I will say that I'm just using Solar Amplifier because this is a Homelander inspired character, so I wanted to have like the laser eyes, heat vision type thing. So if you want more damage than Solar Amplifier, because Solar Amplifier, unless you get it way up to level 200, you're pretty much. It's not the greatest to use as a DPS, I will say. You could easily switch out like Quizlet, or being that this is a might-based loadout, you could easily use Omega Beams, which the Omega artifact, which we all know is pretty much OP for might DPSing currently. So I don't obviously have that. Again, this is an alternate character, so just something to keep in mind there. Again, I definitely would switch out Solar for like Omega Beams for the extra damage. But again, Omega is kind of something too where it is single target unless you get it, ranked up pretty high. That 140, 160, 180, 200 level. So just keep that in mind. As far as your skill points here, all I have is, obviously I have heat vision. I also threw in Amazonian deflection in there for an extra like shield type thing in case I ever need it. And robot sidekick, you don't have to necessarily do that. You could use like the hard light shield if you wanted like an extra shield, but you really don't need it. I just kind of threw it in there just to try something different, because that's what I like to do with my alternate characters. A lot of times I like to kind of experiment with different things and see what I like, see what works, what doesn't work. But again, this is totally up to you. I only have the heat vision just for Solar Amplifier, so if you're not going to use Solar Amplifier in this case, like if you don't want it, you don't need to put the skill point there. But I do have Robot Sidekick there. And then as far as your stat points, because this is might based, I have it's super powered, critical attack chance, critical attack damage, your typical DPS things. And then the rest of my points, obviously I don't have many skill points with this character currently, but everything else is going to go in your might and power. So as far as the loadout is concerned, again, it's fairly simple. It's fairly self-explanatory. I have a shield in here just in case I need it, just because, again, I don't have high artifacts. I don't have a lot of skill points, so I find myself, especially with playing the higher end content, that I need help, so I need a shield. So I have the shield there. You could easily, if you're someone who does want to use Omega Beams, you could easily switch this out for the Omega Beams once you get it up to level 80 and unlock the actual power itself. Robot Sidekick is there, and then from left to right, we're just going to do that. So Inferno is your power interaction, burns enemies, making them vulnerable. This is basically your damage over time. Then we're going to go to Spontaneous Combustion, Overheat, and then Flame Cascade, which is pretty much a spam. So in a lot of ways, this is kind of like the Earth might DPS loadout that I would use, where you're, with Earth, you're spamming Jackhammer for might, but you have to be really, you have to be close range, you have to be melee range to make that work. With Flame Cascade, you don't necessarily need to be right on top of your enemies here, but I mean, honestly, it's just really self-explanatory. It's not difficult at all, but we'll kind of roll through. Now, just remember that the damage numbers aren't going to be like super high, just because of where we're at combat rating wise, where we're at artifacts wise, but we'll pop out our thing here, and we'll just kind of roll through and see what we get. And then literally you're just going to spam Flame Cascade until your other powers start rolling back up here. Three. And again, like I said, it's really easy. Like if you're someone who is, you know, we've been talking a lot about lately, people that are just now coming back to the game. And if you want to try fire, need something that's a little easy. I mean, I know that I'm only hitting 1 million damage here, but again, this is more of an easy type loadout. And as you get your stats up higher, this will obviously change big time. So now, okay, so there you go. So as it stands right now, we're, you know, right around a million damage per thing there. And that's even with the robot sidekick. So what we'll do is we will pop our trinket pets here, our mother box, and we will see how much that makes of a difference. So you're easily like another 750,000. The trinket pets are easily worth an extra 500 to $1 million, it looks like. So again, it is, you know, like I said, it's not doing like a ton of damage, but it is somewhat fast. And for right now, it seems to work pretty well. Again, you know, I need to get the skill points and artifacts up with this character, but works pretty well. So, like I said, again, if you're just looking for something that's really easy, I mean, this is pretty much it. This is super easy, not really worrying about weapon attacks or anything like that. And then obviously, once you're able to get your the go-to DPS artifacts being strategist card and transformation card up, you will obviously, because I mean, these are very low, very low. Once we get up to 80, it'll be a whole different story because you'll start to get the tactical advantage. You'll get the, you know, the damage over time applied, and you'll gain the 20% critical chance and critical magnitude there. So again, super simple. I'm open to suggestions if you have something that might work a little bit better, might hit a little bit harder, but this is what we're rocking for right now. Again, it seems to work pretty well, but, you know, it's super simple. And I think for a lot of players who are coming back into the game and maybe you have never played with fire, this is a good place to start. And then you can kind of tinker with it, you know, and see what you like, what you don't like, so on and so forth. So just out of curiosity, let's change it up here and see. So what I want to do is we will see here. So spontaneous combustion, absorb heat, fire weapon will be your weapon buff. Let's see, I have that. Meteor, flame cascade we already have. Backdraft will be the pull move. Flashpoint. Flashpoint, you need to be pretty close. Flame. Mass detonation. So, just out of curiosity, I think this power is pretty... No, it's not really. So let's just see. Let's just see if maybe tinkering with that gives us a little bit extra. So, that. It's hitting about the same, it looks like. So maybe not necessarily a huge increase there, but now it's actually hitting a little lower. Oh, maybe not. It's hitting about the same, I would say. Maybe just takes a little bit longer, if anything. It's a little bit on the slower end there. No, I guess it is hitting just about the same. So, again, something that I will tinker with more so as we continue to play with this character. But again, this is just kind of like a beginning type, easy loadout, that's good if you're coming back. So, with that being said, as I said, I am open to suggestions. If you guys have any tips, tricks that you think might help me get more damage out of this fire character, but that's what I'm using, and I wanted to share it in case anybody wanted to try it for themselves. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to conclude this video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. If you have more ideas for loadout type videos that you'd like me to do, send them my way. Don't forget also that we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I need your help with that, which means liking, sharing, subscribing, sharing with your friends, commenting, all the fun stuff to get these videos in front of more DCUO fans. And until next time, guys, we'll see you soon.